Dear, oh dear, oh dear. It seems like Oi Oi Savaloy OG Nick Griffin, the leader of the British National Party, has called out Tommy Ten Names. Yes, he's basically said that Tommy Ten Names works for Israel. He's trying to start a race and religious war in the UK, and he's a grifter. Yes. So if you don't know who Nick Griffin is, look up the British National Party. They were around, what, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, one of the biggest far right political parties in the UK. And for him to say that Tommy Ten Names is trying to start a race and religious war on the bequest of Israel is a big flipping thing. Like, I got the snacks. I got the chai. I'm waiting to watch some Oi Oi Savaloy or on Oi Oi Savaloy crime. But while I'm here, can I tell you a little story about the time that I actually did meet Nick Griffin? So I do believe this was around I would have been about maybe late 20s, early 30s. I think in my early 30s. And I was out with some friends and we were in Essex. I believe maybe around the Epping area. I'm not 100% sure. So we're in Essex and I really, really needed to go to the toilet, like desperately needed to go to the toilet. And if in doubt, the pub is the best place to go. So my friends park up outside the pub and I know you can just walk in, use the toilets. They never say anything. So I walked in and it's a massive pub. It's just off like a main road in Essex and it's massive. It had all these different rooms. So I've walked in and I've gone up to the bar and I said, excuse me, where's your toilet? So they directed me to the toilet and it's right at the back. So I go all the way to the back. As I open the toilet door, these two women come out. And they just look at me and they give me a really weird look. And I was like, ugh, it's Essex. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I've gone into the toilet, done my thing. I'm washing my hands. And there's some other women in the toilet looking at me weird. And I'm like, why are they acting so weird? Anyway, I've come out and I've got disorientated. And I've walked past a room. Now, what I didn't know is that there was a private function going on in this room. What I saw was at the end of the room, there was a door and there was a car park. So I was like, all right, I can go out that way, get out the car park and go around the front and jump back in the car and go about my business. So I walk into the room. As I walk into the room, the whole room went quiet. You know, when it just goes, and I was like, what's happening? So I carry on and I walk. And as I look up, my eyes literally lock with Nick Griffin. I kid you the hell not. Our eyes lock. He looks at me. I look at him and I'm like, wait, what's going on? And I look around and I realize that there's all these suited and booted like white people staring at me and they've all got rosettes on. And their rosettes say BNP. And it's bloody polling day, isn't it? It was polling day and opposite the pub is the flipping polling station. And whatever part of Essex that was, they obviously had a BNP candidate. Whether it was Nick Griffin, I don't know. I can't remember. So they've gone across the road. They've done their polling. They've booked out this room in this pub and they're having their little oi oi savaloy get together. And then I flipping walk in, yeah, with my brown face. Hi, hello. So I've looked around, I've realised, and I'm like, well, I've got two choices. I either turn around and run the hell out of that room, or I put my head up and I just walk towards that door. Like slowly, don't look around, don't trigger anyone, just walk. So I did. I just started walking and I swear, wallahi, it was like the sea being parted for Moses. They literally moved out of the way. I mean, they probably thought I was a weirdo. Like, why would a brown Muslim woman, because I'm sure they probably realised, I don't know, maybe because I was in a pub, they didn't realise that, but a brown woman is walking through their room, like, just walking through. So I've walked through, I've got out the other end, and I've stopped at the door, and I'm like, and then I just see my mates come running around the corner. They're like, oh my God, we need to get out of here. We just noticed all these BNP people coming out of the pub and you went in the pub to go to the toilet. We were running around the whole pub looking for you. They had been running around the pub trying to find me because they thought I might have got beaten up in the toilets or something. Anyway, we managed to escape, rush in the car, but that was probably the scariest I need a toilet story ever. I'm not going to lie, I don't do that anymore. I will rather walk around until I find a Turkish restaurant, because there's always a Turkish restaurant or an Asian restaurant everywhere. It doesn't matter, even in the heart of Essex, and they will let you use the toilet. So lesson learned, don't ever do that. But yeah, Nick Griffin is calling out Tommy 10 names. Get your chai, get your snacks, get ready for the fallout.